Did you know that German once came within a single vote of becoming the official language of the United States? Or so the story goes. It's a tale that's been repeated for centuries, fascinating, dramatic, and utterly false. But why does this myth exist, and what does it reveal about the power of storytelling in history? Let's go back to the late 18th century. The United States is a young nation, teeming with immigrants from all over Europe. Among them are thousands of Germans, eager to preserve their language and culture in a new land. The story says that in 1794, a proposal reached Congress, make German the official language of the United States. The vote was tight, so tight it came down to one man, Frederick Muhlenberg, the Speaker of the House. Muhlenberg, himself of German descent, supposedly cast the deciding vote against the proposal, saying, "The faster the Germans become Americans, the better it will be." And so, by a single vote, English became the dominant language of the United States. It's an incredible story. But as we're about to find out, history doesn't always align with the tales we tell. To uncover the truth, we need to separate the facts from the fiction. Here's what really happened. In 1794, a group of German-speaking immigrants in Pennsylvania submitted a petition to Congress. Their request? To have certain federal laws translated into German. This wasn't about replacing English or declaring an official language. It was about accessibility for those who didn't speak English fluently. The petition sparked a brief debate in Congress, which at the time was grappling with how to unify a linguistically and culturally diverse population. While some lawmakers sympathized with the German-speaking community, others believed that the use of multiple languages in government would hinder national unity. Ultimately, Congress decided against the petition, opting to conduct all federal business exclusively in English. This wasn't a formal vote on an official language, nor was it particularly controversial in the grand scheme of American politics at the time. But where did Frederick Muhlenberg fit into all of this? He was indeed the Speaker of the House during this period and a prominent figure of German descent. However, there's no evidence that he cast a decisive vote on the matter or even played a significant role in the discussion. The line attributed to him about Germans becoming Americans is likely apocryphal, a later invention to dramatize his supposed betrayal of his heritage. So, how did this relatively mundane event transform into a dramatic legend? That brings us to the next part of our story. Myths don't emerge in a vacuum. They're born from the hopes, fears, and struggles of the people who tell them. For German immigrants in the United States, the 19th and early 20th centuries were a period of intense cultural negotiation. They wanted to maintain their language and traditions while also assimilating into an English-speaking society. The myth of a narrowly avoided German America may have been a way to dramatize their cultural identity and struggles. This myth also highlights the central role of language in shaping national identity. Language isn't just about communication, it's about power, belonging, and unity. The idea of German nearly becoming the official language challenges the assumption that English was always the natural choice, prompting us to think about how history could have unfolded differently. The endurance of this story also speaks to our love of what-ifs. What if German had become the dominant language? How would that have changed America's cultural landscape? Even though these questions are based on a false premise, they spark our imagination and curiosity about the road not taken. Finally, this story is a cautionary tale about how history is remembered. Myths like this can persist for generations, shaping our understanding of the past in ways that aren't always accurate. But even when they're false, they reveal truths about the people who believe them. So, while German never came close to replacing English as America's language, the myth itself is a valuable piece of history. It reminds us that history isn't just a collection of facts. It's the stories we tell about those facts and what they mean to us. As we've seen today, even myths can hold a grain of truth, not in their details, but in their ability to reveal the hopes, fears, and struggles of the past. What other myths might we still believe? And what truths might they be hiding? Stay curious, because history is full of surprises. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like, comment, and subscribe to Pearls of Time for more captivating stories from the past.